All right, so Sammy Gyamfi Ababa responded to Dr. Bawumia after said Dr. Bawumia ebe bisa NDC for one question. Yes, and now no Dr. Bawumia a true question be my NDC for. Ana ochiri say CEDI appreciation na yehuno. If you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the CEDI, they cannot tell you one. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts or paid for anything. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. Not just say, Dr. Bawumia say NDC for no, CEDI na appreciate against the dollar no. On one kasa kura nim adia, ema CEDI appreciate to the dollar. They are clueless. Just say we are seeing senior US for no, omoko trade war no, ena ehun shirani bi abekan CEDI no. NDC for they are clueless. Enunti na ama Sammy Gyamfi ani abra wababa responded to Dr. Bawumia no. But then before say biti nsema Sammy Gyamfi kana me pese ekwo video no na wankasa utie ni Dr. Bawumia kan yankasa ama Sammy Gyamfi ababa responded no.
The appreciation of the CEDI that we have seen recently. I think one of the things that if you ask a simple question to the NDC to point out exactly what policy they have implemented that has resulted in the appreciation of the CEDI, they cannot tell you one that has been implemented, not sort of talked about, but actually implemented. They cannot tell you one such policy. They only passed their budget in March. They've not even issued any contracts and paid for anything, pretty much. So you cannot ascribe what is happening to the currency to a policy that they have implemented. There's no such policy that has been implemented that has had that impact yet. For me, we had anticipated the impact of gold in this economy. I talked about it when we got into dire straits in 2022. Bank of Ghana had bought $5 billion worth of gold. After all the noise of the election, people are paying attention to our reserves. That is one thing, which we have built to 30 tons. Secondly, you've mentioned that the US dollar itself is on the decline globally. And that has also strengthened. If you go to Zambia, for example, the kwacha has gained a lot of ground also because you have the US dollar declining in value because of what is happening in the US with all of that. So I think those are critical. And then there's the third element, is that they are not spending. I mean, if you are managing an economy, you have to pay your bills. They are not paying IPPs, for example. This is why the doomsday is so acute. And they are not paying contractors. So when you are not spending, there's less pressure on your currency. So those are some of the reasons why you are seeing an appreciation of the currency.
All right, so and some Dr. Bawumia edit to journey not just say or say or no he anticipated say dachi bino gold and a key factor ewa Ghana ye exchange rate ni mu and ntina or they gold for oil policy ni buy a Bank of Ghana e decide yes or mobile reserve gold say Oko Bank of Ghana website ya chese asset April 2025 Ghana gold e wo no Bank of Ghana reserve no 31.37 tons out of sa 31.37 tons no MPP aban e reserve emu 30 tons just say MPP aban since independence na Ghana no gold no reserve ho no kwatre kwa show boy hwini ho but then from 31st May 2023 Dr. Bawumia edit our policy by and almost shas yes reserve gold. And until 31st May, they reserved 8 tons. Since then, omudi bika huama eko through 31st December 2024 no, about 1.5 years time no. Na omotimia reserve 30.53 tons. Just say impressive. And internet NDC abayin bayi omo de 1 ton pen aka ho for 4 months. NDC at the 1 ton and aka ho just omo de gold no omo nsaka no maton. They are not reserving it. Omo nsaka no maton. Na eno ho asem and another Dr. Bawumia eka. Esan so no me sha say obe reserve gold. And even if NDC are attributing the exchange rate appreciation, the CEDI's appreciation to gold, also no normal bonabaso. No, and I'm a Sammy Gyamfi about responding to Dr. Bawumia. But then before CBT and some Sammy Gyamfi can make sure download the LEM5. As the LEM5 has the best exchange rate on the market. So US, UK, Canada, and I say Europe. Now person send this Ghana. LEM5 and the best app to use. It's all the LEM5 app and send this car. Sikani bedru Ghana no. A better also watch and so be use any other app because they have the best exchange rate. LEM5 so download your app and now the promo code CHOOT. It's signing app. Obema cash back $20. So we US or Canada. Obema 20 Canadian dollars. So we UK. Obema £10. And now we Europe so Obema 15 euros. After you make your first transaction, LEM5 has the best exchange rate on the market. Well, so Ushem Wanacha said, no pay Sammy Gyamfi. Sorry, no say massa. What is more important? Nacha said, this is another question to Dr. Bawumia. Sammy Gyamfi Dr. Bawumia say, what is more important? And also number 1, accumulating physical gold reserves with a dollar to CEDI exchange rate of 16. Or number 2, accumulating adequate forex liquidity through unprecedented gold exports with a dollar to CEDI exchange rate of 12.2. Alhaji Bawumia must answer this simple question. Not just as Sammy Gyamfi say, "O boa gold ni nyina no na di gudam na wonton na exchange rate na ekosora." Ene se obeton gold na waji sika no na wanya liquidity, wanya physical dollars. Say ne be ya amanfo pese omu import niema. Bank of Ghana benye bia mo na chese exchange rate no skyrocket no ebe move from 16 to 12.2 no de na ye papa obuabu gold na no gu ho na wo Ghana fo dollars mma mo mfa ni bia no ene se obeton gold no na wanya dollars se ne be ye obi ye adwuma obenya bi de akwakofa na niema no de na ye na chese Sammy Gyamfi is also throwing a question at Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia say Sammy Gyamfi any NDC for pointing out one thing and one policy our implement here are resulting in the CEDI's appreciation to the dollar. And Sammy Gyamfi also say on also beside Dr. Bawumia question obuavu gold na no ana won ton ene say ene omo buy no omo ton gold pass so gold board for omo page it clearly indicates say omo no omo buy gold no de omo ton massively. It's say 2023 okay, chat here 2023 January gold Ghana export here was $88,808,490. But then in 2024 there was an increment from 88 million to 170 million. But when you come to 2025 January gold Sammy Gyamfi the gold board buy omotimia ton $506 million. Nacha say this is impressive. Oko 2023 February sa nana formerly they were selling $153 million. 2024 they sold $191 million. But then in 2025 Sammy Gyamfi the gold board buy mama the gold board buy omaton gold $579 million. Not just say totally different. It looks like gold board gold may be in fan chain. Gold a buy any beton amateur liquidity aba system num eno enna se sia no NDC for purchase ama dollar no falling no. And in Sammy Gyamfi has answered Dr. Bawumia with a question. Omra me yano obuabu abu du gu ha na wonton. And it's a war ton. Dear wahin and papa. Well, so that is it. As usual, also ubetimi achewa adwen in the comment section.